Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Iowa Pagan News on the Prairie Land Radio Network. And this evening, I am joined by my co-host, as usual, Christy Mann, along with Kelsey and Hawk from the group Elf Queen. And recently, you guys were featured over on our International Pagan Radio, and I've seen it. I definitely had to make contact with you guys and invite you to be on the show. So thank you for taking time out tonight to join us.
No, it's our pleasure.
Thank you for inviting us.
All right, you are very welcome. Now, Chelsea is not on cam, but we do have her on audio, which is just fine. So now, uh, over the course of time, I've been conversing with you back and forth on email, and whatnot. Um, Now you do have a album that is gone just recently gone live, and that is Breathe the Fire, correct?
Breathe Out Fire. Yeah, it hit Bandcamp yesterday. It should hit Spotify, Amazon, etc. in about 2 weeks.
Excellent. And yeah, because that's I'm going to be posting that up here because I've got both your Facebook page and also your Bandcamp, so that people
Thank
know
you.
where to go to find that new album. Now, how many albums have you got out so far?
Currently,
Uh,
just the two.
Just the two. Okay. All right. Um, what was the name of the first one?
It was called Glory to the Brave.
Ah, nice.
Where can
Okay.
we find that one? I wasn't able to.
That one is also on Bandcamp and Amazon and Spotify, etc., etc., etc.
Ah, nice.
Anywhere you get digital music these days, it'll probably be there.
Okay, excellent. Uh, so basically,
There it
what's
is.
what's it been like uh, coming up with your music for the band, and how did the name of the band come about?
Well, so take that kind of backwards. Kelsey and I worked on a project together in December 2019. It was a holiday show set in a fantasy tavern called the Orc's Head.
Ah,
And I was playing guitar and Kelsey was singing, and I'm like, "You got a good voice. We should do something together."
And
And
the
she
rest, as
said
they say, is
yes.
history.
Yeah, history being written. Yeah, we spent pandemic writing songs, and I'd record a demo, send it to her. She'd sing with it, send it back, and we've been doing that for a couple of years now because global pandemic. Um,
mhm.
so
Right.
far, it's working out pretty good, I think.
I would say all the while with the pandemic, um, have you been able to do any shows at all, or have you been having to do things online?
We've actually had two live shows so far and are continuing to book shows as often as we possibly can. Our very first show was a sci-fi convention in Los Angeles, um, which was phenomenal. It was a great opening to just the amazingness that is still to come. And then more recently, we just had a show in in a pretty well-known venue that does a lot of open mic nights, and we were the featured artist on that night, and it was really, really exciting.
Very cool. How has the reception been for your style of music?
I mean, so far so good. The people that love it love it. The people that don't, what do we care about them?
Right,
Right.
that's true.
I've I've had an interesting experience with the people who don't love the music still find something that they do like about it, whether it's the subject matter, the instrumentals, my vocals. There's always something that everybody likes about our music, whether they like the entirety of it or not.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
Because I know when I first mentioned you guys to my co-host, she was playing the music over there, and did you say that they get 6 thumbs up?
Yeah, my brother-in-law was here, and I was like, I mean, you sit around and you're like, oh, hey, by the way, have you guys heard this? And I popped on the link to the video or the song that Earl had sent me, and my husband and my brother-in-law were like, yeah, yeah. So I reported back to Earl that my household sent 6 thumbs up. So it was great.
Oh, thank you very kindly.
We love it.
So, what is going to be your schedule like now coming up for like this year and going forward?
Well, we got a couple big projects coming up. We're actually about to start recording our next album, which is actually a nine movement requiem that I've been writing. And then we're in the midst of writing songs for the album after that already. So we're definitely putting out a lot of time into the music. We're definitely writing a lot. We're recording a lot. We're going to try and play out as much as we can. It depends. I mean, California is about to lift the mask mandate, so we'll see what happens. Maybe things will get back to normal. Maybe we'll get locked back right down in 2 weeks. Who knows? Yeah.
Excellent. So
Kind
now, have you been able to spend time in the studio, or are you finding that you're recording a lot of stuff in your own home?
Bit of both. I mean, I have my own studio. I do a lot of audio post-production and work for films. So I actually have a studio that I work out of. And I've got a couple other studios that I've got ties to that we've done work in. You go different studio by studio depending on what kind of gear they have, what kind of mics they have, what kind of, what you're trying to really accomplish.
Very cool.
I have a closet that I go into. It's my soundproof closet that I record my demos and things. So.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of musicians that tend to use their closet to do their recording. So you're not the only one. Now we've got a couple of comments here. Now, person that's over on Facebook, be sure to click on the live video link. That way it'll bring you in over here into StreamYard. That way we can see who you are. But they love your music and love the vocals. And let's see. Oh, I guess you also do music for a nightclub too.
Those are both from someone named Melissa Anderson.
Melissa, hello, dear. Thanks for tuning in, dear. Appreciate it. Let's see. Oh yeah, and my friend Patricia said that she's gonna check you out because she hasn't heard of you guys yet. And that's the cool thing about what we do here at IPN is we bring information out in front of everybody for whether it be new bands, existing bands, people who are just starting out. Because we like being able to do that and work with you guys to get your music out in front of everybody.
Yeah. We definitely appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome. That was my whole point about this because I spent a good portion of my life, about 16, 17 years, being a DJ, live DJ, going out and doing bar shows, weddings, you name it. So I've worked in nightclubs. I've pretty much done it all. And I say that this is what I want to do to work with and promote bands and their music.
He's sending me music like every day. What do you think of these guys? What do you think of these guys? Okay, I've messaged this one. I've messaged that one. So there's a lot coming up, and it's been. I'm not really music. I'm an author, so music isn't like forefront, but I'm learning and I'm experiencing music that I would not have experienced otherwise, and it's been almost miraculous for me just to listen to and get to meet face to face and on audio with the creators of this amazing sound. So thanks for being with us.
It's our pleasure. It's a great time. There's so much music out there. The downside, there's so much music out there. Like, I mean, I'm checking out new bands left and right. I don't have time to listen to everything I want to listen to.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it seemed, I don't know what it was, but last year and this year, I have I discovered a lot of new music, new bands, and just a lot of new releases coming out, which kind of took me by surprise. Because I thought everything was going to be on a standstill for a while yet, but last year everybody put out all their new stuff. So,
Yeah.
now, have you guys had any kind of video shot for you yet?
Yeah, we've had a couple lyric videos. We're actually about to start working on a new one. We've been planning to do some live action music videos, but time and money, and
Right.
we'd make the plan, and then somebody would test positive, or their roommate would test positive. My roommates kept testing positive. I've been lucky enough not to catch the Rona, but it's you got to be careful. You got to make sure that your crew is safe. You got to make sure your band is safe. You got to stay safe yourself. So we're hoping to do a lot more videos in the future, but it's all going to depend on life not getting in the way.
We also have these grandiose ideas on a shoestring budget, so it's very difficult to have these giant battle scenes that we want to put in for various songs, but we only have enough pizza to feed 5 people.
That's got to be difficult.
Yeah.
We do it because we love it.
Right.
There's they're like, oh yeah, you want to become a rock star, you want to become rich and famous. I want to play guitar. The money, the fame, the girls, hey, that's awesome. I'd still play guitar even if I didn't get any of those. I still play guitar when I don't get those.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, those are the perks, I guess. But
They're great perks.
But they're perks. They're not the reason.
They're not the
Right.
reason, right?
right, the reason is when you get to do something that you love doing and playing music, that's what counts the most.
Yep. I know I'm.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, like, I'm blessed to work with Kelsey. She's an amazing singer, super easy to work with. I mean, I've worked with singers that were like total divas and drama queens and this and that. Like, no, Kelsey's just hard as a rock and ready to go anytime. And it's such a joy to work with her. And like we're both very lucky we're able to create the music we want to create on our terms.
And Hawk is a genius when it comes to writing. He is so, it's awe-inspiring. He's so creative and is able to pull these melodies out of seemingly thin air and have these big, beautiful orchestral pieces. And I love listening to, every time he sends me a demo, I'm like, okay, cool. What do you got for me?
So, what inspires your music?
I mean, a lot of things. I mean, that it's sometimes you could almost really say it's like song by song. There's a lot of different subject matter. We talk about love and heartbreak and life and death. And there's a song on the new album, Breathe Out Fire, called 7 Tears in the Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I had the guitar riff and I kept wanting to do something with it. And I was reading a book about the Orkney Isles and their folklore. And there was this chapter on love spells. And there's like, if you want to, like, if for a woman who is heartbroken, she should go to the ocean and cry 7 tears, and then a seal would come and take the shape of a man and be her lover. And it was like, that's kind of awesome. I gotta use that for a song.
It is kind of awesome, and it comes out. It comes out. I mean, I listened to the album right before we came on, and that was actually of the five that are there. That one was the one that I probably enjoyed the most.
Thank you.
Um, so yeah, you guys go check out the album. I dropped the link in the chat.
Cool. Now, basically, what I'm getting ready to do here is I'm actually going to be posting up. Granted, it's just going to be it's not a live video, it's a lyric video, but uh, here in just a little bit, I'll be playing Glory to the Brave. Um, so, what was the story behind this song?
Well, that one's it's very much a Ragnarok song. Ragnarok in the heathen faith is the final battle between the gods and the Ettins.
Right.
So it's very much a stepping up to battle song, prepping for battle. You know, it's the call to arms. You know, never surrender. You know, even
Right.
you know, even if they kill you, you don't surrender. You keep on
Right.
fighting.
That is correct. I mean, anybody who follows the Norse or heathen uh, religion, they will tell you the exact same thing too.
Yep.
That is their uh, that is what they go on. That's what they base their faith on. So yeah, I can agree with that completely. Right. Let's see now. It's always interesting when I find uh, yeah, when I do find music that is Norse and heathenry is something that I'm myself am getting into here very shortly. And so anytime I come across music that goes along with that, that is what intrigues me too. So it's not every day that I come across music like that. Right now there's only a select few out there that's doing anything related to that. So uh, when I hear something different like this, that's what captures my attention.
Cool.
So now on the rest of the album here, um, I don't know. Have you based your? Do you have inspiration from other artists and bands that have gone into your music?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, everything from Sabbath to Guns N' Roses, Skyclad, New Model Army. Um,
Dio.
you know, I mean, I spent the weekend listening to Tchaikovsky. You know, their good music is good music.
Right.
You
Right.
know, folk music, Scottish Celtic music. You know, some hip hop, some dance music. You know, I mean, punk rock, pretty much a little bit of everything. I mean, I'm definitely a bit of a metalhead when it comes to my guitar playing. You know, I do like a good guitar solo. I do like a good, good heavy riff. You know, but
Excellent.
but also when we're arranging a song, I want to make sure I take a step back. When Kelsey's singing, I want her to shine. So you want to make sure
Right.
that the guitar parts support what she's doing as a singer. You know.
Oh, naturally, of course. Let's see. Chrissy, was that Melissa who made that last comment?
That was Melissa again. Yes.
That's what I thought. Prudence and Posh are on their way over to say hello as well.
Yeah. It'll be good to see them.
I was to say if they want to join us in on the live video, uh, just message us and I'll get you the link to send over so that they can come join us on video if they'd like. Be more than happy to. All right. In the meantime, I think what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and play that video. It's just going to be the music, and but this is called Glory to the Brave.
Glory to
that is a good
Oh
piece
yeah.
of music, and I can definitely tell your classical influence just portrayed in your guitar playing.
Thank you kindly.
That definitely comes out with your guitar playing just by the way that it's portrayed in this piece of music. Yeah, I can see where that classical influence comes into play. I spent a number of years all throughout school in band, and so I kind of picked up the ear to recognize when I'm hearing uh, riffs like that being portrayed, but in a classical way.
Well, good music's good music. Good melodies are good melodies. We can. There's a reason why Beethoven is still played. 200 something years later after he died. You
Hmm.
know, it's just
Exactly.
you know there's so much to learn from history of music, and there's still so much to invent, so much to write, so many new directions we can go in. You know,
That
it's
is.
We had somebody mention how much they loved the album art. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? How it came about? Because the covers are
uh,
pretty phenomenal.
thank you. So that was done by our friend Danny Gonzalez with Howl Studios. I've known him for, gosh, 20 something years now. Um, he played bass in a band I was producing for a while, and we've been friends for years. And he started doing art 5-6 years ago, and was like, "Hey, you want to give it a shot?" And she showed me what he can come up with, and next thing you know, I'm looking at these pictures. I'm like, "Okay, this is good. I like it.
It's great.
Let's roll with it."
They're
Let's
beautiful.
roll with it.
I
They're
remember
they're
seeing
they're
that
very
cover
they're
art for the
very
first time.
unique, very original.
I remember seeing the cover art for the first time and going, "Oh my gosh, that's us. That's what we're gonna be," and I am totally here for it.
Yep.
Yeah, because you beat me to the punch on that one because I was going to ask that same question. Because yeah, the artwork is very original. Um, I like when artist comes up with original artwork like that and puts their own energy into it. So yeah, it pretty much fits you to a T.
Well, we thought. Go ahead.
Sorry. I felt the same way when we saw the artwork for Breathe Out Fire. I saw our little dragon flying, and I was like, wow, he's gotten so much bigger. I'm so excited. And our dragon will continue to grow with us as our albums progress. And so it'll be a fun Easter egg to see where she's at the next time the album comes out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I'll be watch out for 'em.
definitely check out the Bandcamp link with the album Breathe Out Fire, and you'll see what they're talking about with their dragon. Because yeah, it that is awesome as well. So now, with it being out, well, definitely your music is definitely going to be going on to my internet radio playlist. That is that is going to be something that I will be featuring. It's going to be your music this week.
Thank you.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome. Because um, I do, based on my DJ for internet, or excuse me, for Desert Heat Radio out in California, actually, because my good friend owns that station out in Southern California. And then plus I also do internet as well. So it can be featured pretty much in two separate areas.
Nice. We're in Southern California.
Let's see. Uh, uh, shoot. Uh, I think right here in a minute. I knew I was going to have a mind blank on that one, but yeah, I know that uh, I know that she's down along Well, she's down along the prairie of the mountain range. That much I do know.
Antelope Valley, Lancaster, San
Yeah,
Bernardino.
down the Lancaster area. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
that's not too far from us. I mean, we're probably an hour's drive. I actually head up that way a fair amount. And my sister's up in Ridgecrest, which is like an hour north of there. So
Cool.
yeah.
Well, your music is definitely be featured on her radio station by me, and I'm also going to make sure that the rest of her DJs have your music as well.
Fantastic. Appreciate
We
it.
definitely appreciate that.
You are very welcome. Now, are you planning on doing any, or are you going to be sticking out local, or are you going to be out touring here soon?
I mean, we would love to tour.
We would love to tour. We'd love to do a world tour if possible, but
Yeah, we right now, like we're not even bothering to make those kind of plans just because we don't know what's going to happen with the remainder of the pandemic.
correct.
Right.
Like we can't plan. You know, I'd love to do a good Midwest tour. You know, there's all sorts of good people out there. There's great places to play. We can just go out and just live in a van and rock out for 2-3 weeks at a time.
Yep.
But we gotta make sure we eat and pay for gas.
Right.
And you know, if we book one show, we get out there, and then 3 shows cancel. You know, we lose our shirt pretty quick.
Right.
You know, I hate that money is even a question in this, but you know, you got to pay the bills.
Yeah, it's where it is these days. So what are important dates that are coming up for you guys?
Well, the first important date was yesterday, February 14th. We released Breathe Out Fire. March 1st, the album should be out on all the streaming services. You know, it's funny that the past couple of weeks, everyone was talking about Neil Young and Spotify and how, you know, Spotify is evil and terrible and whatnot. And like, guys, I've been saying that for years. They treat musicians like crap. Their royalty rates are terrible, but people are using it. And, you know, it's more important to me that people listen to the music than that, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I want to get paid. I put a lot of time and money into it. But we make music because we love making music. Right. You know? And you know, like I've been lucky that in my career, you know, working in post-production, doing music production, like I've bought microphones, I've bought the software. So our cost of doing business is not as bad as it should be, or not as bad as it could be.
Right.
But you know, we've got our we do have costs. I mean, I broke a guitar string at the last show we did. I had to play the show with 5 strings, and it's like, my guitar strings are expensive, you know. Yeah. But that's like that's the thing. Like, you know, if people if Spotify's what they can afford, great. That's what they can afford, you know. And as long as they're listening to music, you know, that's what matters.
Even if you're listening on a streaming service that isn't directly paying us or directly paying us big money, you're still listening to the music and you get excited about when we have live shows, and you'll come and support us financially that way and come hang out with our shows. Yeah. Eventually I'll put together a merch store, and we'll be able to be selling t-shirts and hats and the whole 9, and be able to get something from that as well. But we got to get the following before we can throw them. Right.
Well, the following's coming to you, so
we appreciate it.
Have patience.
Definitely appreciate it. You know, that's like we said. We love making music. You know, every time I get a new song idea, I'm like, gosh, I can't wait for Kelsey to sing this, and I can hear how it's supposed to sound. You know.
Oh
yeah.
So
what does a common conversation between you and Kelsey sound like? Look like? When you have a new song for her, how's it go? You pick up the phone and you're like, "Hey, are you ready for this?" Or, you know, I mean, what's it sound like? How's it go?
I'm gonna look. An email. Did you listen to it yet? No, not yet. Did you listen to it yet? No, not yet. I'm sorry.
we tend to keep opposite hours, so like I'll be sending Kelsey emails when she's getting to work. And it's like, are you listening to it now? It's like, no, she's at work. Okay, I got to be patient. Wait, the next 6-8 hours.
That's got to be hard.
But once I do listen to it, yeah, when I do listen to it, it's like, holy cow. Okay, hang on. Let me listen to it 3 times. Once just to get a feel for it, second time for the lyrics, and the third as a very critical ear of, all right, cool, what can I change? What needs to change? What could be better? What just completely needs to be taken out? And then we sit down and have a conversation of, I really like this riff. I think the lyrics in this verse are a little odd, or however, and then we sit down and we work on it.
Yeah, a lot of times, like when I do a demo of a song, it's a proof of concept. And so, Kelsey will be like, this riff is great, but you repeated it like 4 times. Let's cut it down to like 1 time or 2 times. And so the songs go from like 8 minutes down to like 5 minutes. Which, I mean, but that's we go through a demoing process with every song just to try things. There's a song we're working on for like 2 albums in the next couple albums, and like the first version was like verse chorus, and it had this like extended bridge, extended guitar solo, extended bass solo, and we tried chopping it down. Finally, we actually chopped it down to about 2.5 minutes, and just made it this super fast punk song that just is just blistering like in your face. And like it ends, it's like, wait, no, I want more. Let me play that song again. Which is what we want. We want people to listen to the songs over and over again.
Yeah, they kind of get that, like, wait a minute, what was that? I love those kinds of reactions that you get from people that say, whoa, what the heck was that? Like, I gotta listen to that again. But
yep. Well, that's the reaction we want. We want people listening to the music. Share it with your friends. Tell people. Of course, follow, like, subscribe, yada yada yada. Mm-hmm. It's a social media age. We have the Facebook, we've got the Instagram, we've got YouTube.
You have Instagram.
Yes.
All right.
It's I spend a lot more time just in the studio, writing and trying to mix and master stuff, and some of that stuff, some of the social media does fall to Kelsey, and a lot of times we'll be texting back and forth like, hey, did you remember to post about this? And oops, I forgot to do this in the in the studio for this song, and I'm going to take care of that now. And we're a great team. We work well together.
I agree.
And that's all that matters. Now, Melissa's saying that we're hoping that, COVID permitting, that you'll be appearing live at the IPMA award show.
I'm down. Let's see where it is, see when it happens. Or even if we could stream something in, who knows?
That'd be really cool. That'd be
Melissa, you want to you want to give us the info on that? That way we can get that put up. And because I'd like to know where they're going to be holding the awards at this year too. And then let's see. Now, Jessica said that she's in. Is it Wildemar?
I don't know where Wildemar is. Let me look that up on a map.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one either. Although, me being out here in Iowa,
Wildemar, California. Elsewhere. Oh, that's off the 15. Oh, Marietta. Okay. Yeah, it's not too far. I got a bunch of friends down that way. I need to go visit. Actually, I bought an amp down there a couple years ago. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. So do you have any places that you are going to be appearing live at here in the near future?
Nothing confirmed yet. We're trying to get a second guitar player in the band and get tight as a live unit. I'm in talks with the Whiskey A Go Go for a couple of shows in Sunset Strip. always a fun place to play. It's for a musician, it's definitely holy ground. It's where Jim Morrison played, and Guns N' Roses got their start, Metallica got their start, and pretty much any band, any rock band that has made it has played there. Yeah.
And I know it's difficult to rock out as hard as you can on those solos without having the second guitar to support and back you up. And so definitely having that second guitar is going to just make our sound that much better live.
Yeah.
I would agree. 'Cause you always need to have at least two guitars to really make things come together.
Especially when you're doing rock or metal, it's that nice thick sound.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Thick boy with two C's.
Now, would you consider, or I should say, do you consider yourselves to be a rock band?
That, the age-old question: how do you classify yourself? I mean, calling us a heathen rock band is not incorrect. Calling us a heathen metal band is not incorrect. Calling us a electronic influenced pop metal ensemble also not incorrect.
Arena rock,
Yeah, female fronted fantasy arena rock folk Celtically influenced electronic metal.
Okay.
Or power sludge.
Right.
So let's see. Would you compare to like say like Blackmore's Night?
Definitely heavier, and Kelsey is definitely a better singer. I definitely will not compare myself to Richie Blackmore. He is definitely a great guitar player.
Yeah.
But I will, Kelsey is definitely a better singer than Candace Knight.
Cool.
You're so sweet to me.
No, well, I mean, am I wrong?
Of the two of us, no.
Yeah.
Have you guys hit and played on TikTok yet?
Not yet. We've talked about it.
TikTok requires us to have pre-made material, and we, as a quartet, do not meet up often enough to do that just yet. We all have our own individual lives, and once we're able to dedicate more time, we'll probably start doing more things akin to that, because I know that you're not anybody unless you have a TikTok nowadays, which is amazing and terrible all at the same time.
Yeah, I know. I've been delving into that world myself.
Well, it used to be you had to have the MySpace page, and then you had to have the Facebook page, and then you had to have the YouTube page, and the Twitter handle, and I'd rather spend my time writing good songs.
Right.
But I do actually have a drone I've been meaning to learn how to use. So we might start just doing some random content and putting up on a TikTok. It's the hours of the day are really our only limitation.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Understand that. Well, yeah, I guess it's when you can really make your presence known with you just getting a foothold into the music industry and getting yourself out there and getting known. Yeah, having that presence all over definitely helps. And having somebody who can take care of that for you while you can concentrate on writing the music and putting the music together. Um, I think that's basically what's going to make any band successful.
Oh, absolutely. And once we start having enough fundage that we can pay somebody to do that, we'll definitely get a media person to come in and take care of all of that for us so that we don't have to.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. That's the long-term plan.
So do you guys have a fundraising link or anything that we can share around for you, or what's the best way for us to help?
Best thing, honestly, band camp, the Elf Queen band camp.
Okay.
Because we've got. I mean, like we're talking to a record label right now about about signing with them. There's a lot of stuff coming down the road. Like nothing's confirmed, so I'm not going to drop any names or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's definitely the future's looking good, but for now, if people want to help us buy the album, listen to it, share it with your friends, tell them to buy the album. That's just that's the best way to help us.
All right.
Excellent. And Gypsy Healer has joined us tonight. She's also out there in California. In fact, she's out in the middle of the Mojave.
Okay,
Oh, lovely.
nice.
But she is getting ready to move. That much I do know. She put out a post that she is getting ready to move. So that I think there's some circumstances there that she wanted to get into a better area, which I don't blame her. But being out there in the middle of the desert can't be fun.
The desert has its own unique beauty, and
Mhm.
I mean that's one of the things I love so much about being here in California. We are on a good day, an hour drive from the beach, only about 20 miles, but LA traffic.
Mhm.
We're 20 minutes from the mountains. We're an hour from the desert. We're an hour from skiing. We're an hour from snow. You go 2 hours and there's a giant salt sea in the middle of the desert that's like salt and dead crabs. I mean, there's so much beauty.
Mhm.
You can see wildflowers up in Death Valley. You can see rock formations. You can see, anything you want.
You can walk through mystical forests, and they're all a
Indeed.
stone's throw away.
Oh,
Pretty
okay.
much.
Okay, so she's staying in the desert. I think she's just gonna be in a different part. I think.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I've been to heathen and pagan gatherings out in the high desert, and a couple times I got up early and just wandered away, and got lost out in the rocks and the hills, and just absorbed the natural beauty. But you can find that really anywhere you go. I mean, there's
Right.
beautiful parts of my family actually is from Iowa. My grandpa had a giant
Oh.
farm out there for years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's kind of where part of my family comes from. There's beauty there. There's beauty up in Alaska and Canada. There's I've got family up in Oregon. I love visiting up there because it's such a beautiful place. You go up to Nevada out in their desert, and it's a whole different beast. It's anywhere you go, you can find beauty. You can find life. You can find things worth singing about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. I know. Especially when you're in an area that gives you the inspiration, you go with it.
Absolutely.
All right. So now we know that you got your Facebook page, you got your Bandcamp, we got the Instagram that I put up a little bit ago. Um, so basically, what's the where's the best place for people to know what you've got going on?
I would say either our Facebook or the Instagram. We update both of those as often as we can. Um, but I'm gonna try to be better about updating it because I'm really bad about remembering to update it.
I mean, in theory, we have an email list. It's on a piece of paper, and one of these days I'll put it into a computer and send out an email. But yeah, Facebook, and you can also find my personal Facebook page and shoot us a message. There's not too many hawks out there, so yeah, I mean,
True.
drop a line, say hi. If you buy the album on Bandcamp, we get your email address and we can send you messages too that way. This. But yeah, whatever is the best way for you guys. I mean, those are the best ways for us. But
Okay.
just
Excellent.
get in touch and say hi.
Well, anytime that you need our assistance with anything, please feel free to let us know, and we will give you all the assistance we can.
We appreciate that.
Awesome.
Thank you so
We
much.
very much appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Definitely want to thank you for taking time out to join us tonight, and we'll definitely be spreading the word about your music to everybody that we know And uh, yeah, so that way we can bring some more attention to you guys and get people really loving your music.
Cool. Well, thank you. We appreciate your time. Appreciate you spreading the word, and look forward to talking with you again sometime soon.
All
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you too. You've been listening to another edition of Iowa Pagan News on the Prairie Land Radio Network. We've been talking with the two members of Elf Queen tonight out in California. And like I said, we're going to make sure that their music gets spread out to a lot of different people on our end and then also out there in California as well. So be sure to check off that. And as always, if you have questions later on, you can contact Christy at her email. You can contact me at Earl at iapnradio.net or at iowapagannews@gmail. Other than that, I want to wish everyone pleasant journeys. Thank you for tuning in. And we've got some other great folks coming up later on in the week. We've got Gypsy Healer again tomorrow night. And then we've got Tempest coming up on Thursday. And in fact,
Nice.
they are planning. In fact, I spoke with their publicist earlier this evening. She's already got them scheduled for shows out in the Bay Area.
That's great.
Nice.
Nice.
So they're going to be coming out your way.
Sweet.
All right. Have a good night, everyone. We're going to be out of here for the night. See you again tomorrow, same bat time. Well, actually, no, we're going to be same bat time for Wednesday night, and then Thursday we'll be on the air at 1 o'clock Central. So, in the meantime, have a good one. We're out of here.